Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Andy from wholesale-help.com. In today's video, we're going to be following on from last week's video where we were talking about how to spot a fake wholesale supplier. This week's video is entitled How to Spot Fake Designer Clothes. Welcome along. Okay then, thanks for joining me. So, fake designer clothes, how can we tell and should we care? That was the question from Simon, a member of the Wholesale Help private Facebook group. It's a very good question. Yes, we definitely should care for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if you end up with a fake item that you want to sell, you're knowingly putting fake items onto eBay, you will get yourself shut down. It is not allowed. And quite frankly, you don't want to go messing with eBay. If you start playing around, they're just going to kick you off. The other reason why we should care is if you put something on there that you're not sure about, then your buyer's probably not going to be that sure about it. And if they think they've bought a fake item, they're going to be very unhappy indeed. And you're going to risk getting a negative feedback from that person who's not happy. You don't want to risk irritating your customers, as a general rule of thumb. So that's should we care dealt with. Now, how can we tell? Number one, the fabric. Fake items are always produced cheaply and will not be made of the same fabric as real designer stuff. So the fabric will usually be a lighter weight than an original designer shirt. It will not feel as quality. A lot of designer clothes are made from 100% cotton, which makes them very tough, very resilient, but also very, very soft as well. You will not get that feel from a fake designer item that's probably made of some man-made fibre or other. Take a look at the seams and the hems. How's it put together? Most of the time it will not be up to designer quality. Okay, next we're going to talk about the labels. You need to get to know what the real deal looks like. Is it in the normal place? And where is it made? More often than not, the label will show you where it's been made. Now obviously this is a little bit harder because the labels on a lot of brands will change over the years and depending on what particular item they're selling, so it doesn't always correspond, but the branding will always be the same. Quite often the font will always be the same, even if the color will not be. For instance, that Hugo Boss label over there, the Boss will always be written in that style. It may be an orange label, maybe a red label, but it will always be on that font style. That's their trademark, and that's what you expect. If it looks something different, then you've got to then ask yourself why. Now, sizes are a tricky one. They don't always mean that an item is fake, because size is quite a subjective matter. Obviously, over the world, we're different shapes and sizes. Generally, American fashion is bigger than the UK. A medium shirt in the UK would be classed as a small in the US, or maybe smaller than that, and a size large in America would be the UK version of extra large, if not the top end of extra large. In Italy they're even smaller than the UK, so generally if you're buying Italian designer clothes in the UK, you would look to try and get one size larger than you would normally buy in the UK, because they tend to be very snug fitting. Then of course you have slim fit, muscle fit, loose fit, regular fit, casual fit, and all the rest, and that will slightly change the size measurements for every single style. So it's very difficult to say, well, I normally buy a medium and this one doesn't fit, so something's wrong. So don't freak out too much if the size wasn't quite what you were expecting. This brings me on to another golden tip. When you're listing on eBay, make sure you put the measurements in your listing. If you're listing a shirt and you just say medium, that can vary massively. Put the armpit to cuff measurements and the bottom of the collar to the hem measurements and the armpit to armpit measurements. Measure the shirt and put the measurements on your listing, so the person who's looking to buy it can compare it to their shirts that fit well, and they can make a decision about whether it's going to fit them. Because you don't want every other item you sell coming back because it doesn't fit your buyer. That's just a pain, and it's going to cost you money in postage. That's a golden tip, people. Write that one down. Lastly, of course, comes experience. The more designer clothes you buy and the more designer clothes you sell, the more, my friends, you will know. It's just as simple as that. You'll get to know the feel, you'll get to know the quality, you'll get to know the cut. But if you are not at that stage yet, never fear. Because if you're in doubt, you can always come over to the Wholesale Help Private Members group on Facebook and ask some of the Wholesale Help members. You can ask me personally, or you can ask some of the other members. You can post up a picture and we can give you our advice. So if you would like to join us on the Wholesale Help Facebook group, it's free to join. All you have to do is click on the link that's appearing in front of you right now, sign up, choose a username and password, and then go and check your emails. And within a minute or so, you'll be able to get access to the Wholesale Help Members Club and also the private Facebook group. So go do that, head on over, come and say hi, and we can chat and hang out and talk all sorts of stuff about buying and selling online and generally making money, making our lives happier and healthier and wealthier and wise. Thank you for watching. My name's Andy Lawrence and I will catch you on the very next video.